Yo, what's up, great people? How you doing? I pray that this Wednesday morning is great for you. No matter where you're joining us from, I want to welcome you to the Birthing Room. I'm Dr. Felix Anderson, founder of Wake Your Successful Self Up Global and Believe Big Again International. This is going to be a very quick broadcast, but it is a broadcast that I believe is completely necessary for those of you all who are joining in. I invite you to share this. I invite you to invite someone in that you believe will benefit from what I'm getting ready to say. This won't be long at all. I typically, we are on here sharing lengthy words and pouring into those who are connected to us and those who are just following us. But listen, this is going to be extremely brief. Whether you're joining us on YouTube Live, whether you're joining us on Facebook, welcome. I do want to invite you to share this, but I wanted to come real quick. I was getting ready to go to the gym, and the Holy Spirit arrested me as I was walking out the house, and He said, "I want you to tell the people that are building that they don't have time to explain. They don't have time to explain. I need at least 10 of y'all to put this into the screen. I don't have time to explain. I don't have time to explain." For those of you all who are building, this broadcast is specifically for those of you all who are building. I'm talking about you're building, whether you're building from the ground up, whether you are midway through what it is that you have been assigned to complete, or whether you are just finishing up the loose ends. Hear me and hear me very carefully. You don't have time to explain. I want you to get this into your spirit because you cannot grow properly. You cannot release what it is that you need to be, what needs to be released properly in the earth realm through your hands trying to explain everything. I just said this a few minutes ago. I posted this because it was strong in my spirit. We're in a season right now where people want their demons to be comfortable around you. And I want to say this publicly. I'm in a space right now where I don't want anybody's demons or the demons that you are dealing with to be comfortable around me. And so I want to share this with those of you all who are listening. There are individuals that want their demons to be comfortable around you so that they can sabotage you, so that you can try to pacify them, so that they can cause you to pause, so that they can cause what it is that you're building to become paralyzed, so that they can cause what it is that you are building to not come to fruition. You don't need anybody's demons comfortable around you. I don't want your demons comfortable around me. And to know me is to know me. And I'm sharing this because this is the language that many of you all are going to have to adopt. I'm speaking specifically in this manner because some of you all don't have the language. You don't know how to approach certain people. And I've been decreeing and declaring that we are walking into a whole new realm of boldness. You don't have time to come down. You don't have time to explain. I've heard for years people say that Noah told the people that it's going to rain. I can't find that scripturally. I can't find that in the Bible where Noah told the people that it was going to rain. And there's certain things that God is going to assign you to do that you're not going to have time to explain. I cannot say this enough to those of you all who are building, to every entrepreneur, to every spiritual leader that is listening to me. Hear me by the Spirit of the Most High God. You pausing to explain to people who can't see and people who can't follow simple directions, simple instructions, is going to cause you to slow down from doing what God has assigned you to do. You don't have time to explain. So your mandate is to simply build. And I come this morning as a messenger of the Most High God to tell you that you have a mandate to build. You don't have a mandate to explain. All right. I hope this is helping y'all because this is the season where if people are not willing to grow up, you're just going to have to leave them at the kiddie table. I'm saying this because we don't have time to waste. We don't have time to waste. I want to give y'all a book on this, because anytime God releases me to release a corporate word like this, I have to give you Bible and something to substantiate what it is that I'm saying. I want you to read this, and I want you to read this through these lenses. Sondo. This message is for 10 of y'all. Stop talking about it and just facilitate it. Just go ahead and complete the thing. You don't have to explain yourself to people. You don't have to explain yourself to non-investors. And you're going to have people that's going to come to you and ask you 1,001 questions, but they won't lend their hand to be an asset, and they won't release resources or assets to help you assist and accelerate what God has called you to do. Do not explain. There's a scriptural reference, Matthew 27:57. Y'all hear me talk about this all the time. Joseph of Arimathea. Homeboy shows up in 4 scriptures. This guy shows up in 4 scriptures: political influence, financial backing, funds a global mission, and he went his way. People that are serious about assisting you won't pause and ask you 1,001 questions. This is how you begin to start identifying those who have the spirit of divination on them, the spirit of distraction on them. You will not be distracted in this season. And I come with boldness on today because you don't have time to explain. Sondoboko. Question after question, but no investment. Not one investment. And the time you are spending trying to answer their question is the time you could be spending assisting and helping somebody that is an asset. This is not the season to pour into non-investors. I don't know if I'm saying this because, listen, I want y'all to look at something. I'm going to move this microphone out the way. Some of y'all need to take a screenshot of this. God gave me this last year, but some of y'all need to take a screenshot of this. I'm going to show you. Some of y'all just need to do this. I may need to stand up so y'all can see this. Y'all see that? Do not feed sheep that cannot give you wool. We in that season. Do not feed sheep that cannot give you wool. We are in that season. Hear me by the Spirit of the Most High God, man. You're going to have to focus on your focus. You cannot be distracted. And I'm going to say this. I don't care how close some people are to you in the natural. Listen to me. There's certain spiritual assignments that they just won't get, and you won't have time to pause and explain it. Whatever God told you to do, do that. Do not feed sheep. Listen to me. Do not pause and feed sheep that cannot give you wool. If there is no reciprocity, there must be a separation. If there is no reciprocity, there must be a separation, because it ceased to become a relationship and it moves on to be pimping and abuse and misuse and manipulation and people taking advantage of you. I need at least 10 of y'all to put this into the screen. My nights will not be disrespected in this season. I'm speaking on behalf of a whole lot of people, because some of y'all just need to share this so that other people can hear me speaking on your behalf. I know I'm picking y'all up because some of y'all just flat out agitated. Some of y'all are agitated. And you got people that are close to you that can't see. You got familiars that are foreign to what God has assigned you to do. Get uncommon with people that treat you common. I need 20 of y'all to put this into the screen. There is nothing common about me. There is nothing common about me. I was in the store the other day, And there was a song by LTD, Jeffrey Osborne. It may have been a Gap band. It was a Gap band. Charlie Wilson, Uncle Charlie. It was one of the two. Y'all know the song when I get ready to quote these lyrics. He says, "You can't keep running in and out of my life. You can't keep running in and out of my life." Your nice cannot be disrespected in this season. And I'm speaking this from a pure place. Nobody did anything to me. I just know what I'm sensing strong in the spirit that many of you all don't have time to explain. I'm 10-10. I'll be honest with you. I don't even let people get to me like that in this season emotionally, because I don't even allow my spirit to even get into that mental space, because that's low frequency and low level thinking. I let nothing and no one in my immediate space, and no one, specifically no one that I don't even know, to disrupt my peace, because I understand that money cannot flow on a frequency of frustration. What you're hearing right now is apostolic grace. What you hear right now is an apostolic call to everybody that's assigned to my voice, to everybody that's connected to us, to every leader that is building. I'm obeying God. I'm speaking as God has given me the boldness and the power to speak on this morning, to simply tell you, you don't have time to pause and explain. You have a mandate to build. I don't know who needs to hear this. I've said this over and over and over again, but I don't know who needs to hear this on today. But people can only pimp you with your permission. You're going to have to begin to start setting boundaries and set them quick. I need y'all to, this is what I need you to do for me. Share this. Share this. Everybody hadn't even shared this. I know everybody hasn't shared it. Everybody hasn't shared this. Songo Ramonto Boto. There are going to be people, you don't know them by their spirit. There's going to be people that's going to come and sup, but they won't share. They're going to come and suck up, but they won't share. This is a season where there's a strong weeding out process, because there's some folk that just can't flat out go. You hear me? Listen, man. I ain't trying to be nobody's friends. I'm trying to do what the will of the Lord is concerning my assignment in the earth realm. I'm coming for every demon that's coming for me. I'm going to stop you at the door. You ain't going to even get in. I'm coming for every leech that is trying to attach. I'm coming for you. You won't even be able to penetrate the doorway. You won't even be able to penetrate the city, be able to penetrate the state. You won't even be able to penetrate the region. I know I'm a gatekeeper. I know it. And there are going to be people, listen to me, I'm speaking to y'all. I'm speaking specifically to some of y'all that's on here. There's going to be people that want you to suppress who you are, because they already know who you are, but they want you to suppress who you are. Man, I ain't come on here to be on here this long, but I got to give y'all a book. I got to give y'all a word. I want to say it may be Luke chapter 4, maybe Mark chapter 4. I just wrote it down. I want to read it to you. Y'all, hold on. I just wrote this down because I was studying this. Let me search my notes. I was just studying this last night, like very last night, late last night. Holy Spirit showed something to me. Y'all hold on for just a second. I got to get this to you. I'm on assignment right now. I'm on assignment right now. Y'all be patient. Y'all hold on just a second. Matthew chapter 8 and 29. Matter of fact, I'll just read it from here. Matthew chapter 8 and verse 29. Matthew chapter 8 and verse 29. This ain't the one I'm looking for, but this will do. And when Jesus arrived on the other side of the lake in the region of the Gadarenes, two men were possessed by demons met him. They lived in a cemetery and were so violent that no one could go through the area. They began screaming at him, "Why are you interfering with us, Son of God?" Here are the demons speaking. "Why are you interfering with us, Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before God's appointed time?" There was another scripture where Jesus went into the tabernacle and the demons were able to recognize who he was. And even the people around him didn't even know. They didn't have a clue of who he was. Let me give y'all another scripture, man. Let me find the scripture. I'm going to find this. Maybe I put it up on Instagram. I put it up somewhere. Y'all give me a second. You finish before I do, you free to leave. If you with me, you with me. If you with me, you with me. If you with me, you with me. Luke 4. I'm already here. Luke chapter 4, verse 33. I knew it was Luke 4. Luke 4:33. I got a different Bible out, y'all. Luke 4:33. I got to give y'all this real quick, and I got to go run. Luke 4:33. Okay, verse 31. And Jesus came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and taught them on the Sabbath days. Sabbath days. And they were astonished. Some of y'all will catch that. And they were astonished at the doctrine, for his word was with power. And in the synagogue, there was a man who had a spirit of an unclean devil that cried out with a loud voice, saying, "Let us alone. Let us alone. What have we to do with you, Jesus of Nazareth? Are you come down to destroy us?" Here is the second time Jesus' presence agitates demons. And if you walk into a room and all hell start breaking loose and people start looking at you side eyes and cockeyed and people start looking at you and start treating you funny, listen to me. Your spirit, the God in you, is agitating the hell in them. They said, "Let us alone. What have we to do with you, Son of Jesus? Are you come down to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." They said, "I know who you are, the Holy One of God." And Jesus rebuked them, saying, "Hold your peace and come out of him." And when the devil thrown him to the midst, he came out of him and hurt him not. And they were all amazed and spoke among themselves, saying, "What word is this? For with what authority and power does he command the unclean spirits that they come out?" And the fame of him went to every place in the country round about. Jesus began in one translation to tell people, told the demons, "Don't even let people know who I am." Could it be that the hell and the demons in people know who you are and you don't know who you are? Could it be? You listening to me? So I say this to y'all today, man, and I'm a roll. What I came to relate to you was Luke chapter 2 and verse 52. And he said to them, "How is it that you sought me? Do you not know I be about my Father's business?" And verse 50 says, "And they understood not." Here Joseph and Mary, they're close to him in the natural, He's speaking of a spiritual assignment, and people that are close to him have no clue of what he's talking about. And they understood him not. And verse 51 says, he went down with them, and he came to Nazareth, and he was subject unto them. But his mother kept these sayings in her heart. And Jesus increased in wisdom, stature, and favor with God as well as with man. I pray that you do those three. I pray that while you stop explaining yourself or trying to explain yourself and just grow in wisdom, grow in stature, and that you continue to walk in favor with God as well as with man. That is my prayer for you on today. So I say this to you. Stop trying to explain yourself. This is the word of the Lord for Sankara Mosoto. Man, let me go. I got to get off this broadcast because I promise you, man, I'm sensing a massive level of deliverance. There's certain people that can see you, but they can't see you. This is like strong in my spirit right now. There's some people that can see who you are in the natural. They have no clue of who you are and who you've maturated to be in the spirit. They have no clue. They have no clue of who you are. They don't understand the weight and the gravity of the mantle that God has placed on your life. They have no clue of who you are. You don't have to explain what God has told you to do, but this is the word of the Lord for you, and I'm out. There is a season of your life. Listen to me. There's a season of your life that you can't even afford to go back to, because it's going to be a spiritual demotion for you to even entertain certain conversations. It is going to demotion, demon, son, demons in action. Whenever you have demons in action, I hear you, Holy Spirit. Go ahead and relay this to you. Whenever you have demons in action that you've given your attention to, it causes demotion. All right. And I'm going to say this, man, and I'm going to say this with all, I'm going to say this as plain as I can say this. Some of y'all listening to way too many voices, man. I'm straight unfiltered. And you know, some of y'all listening to way too many voices, man. Where are you getting your nutrients from? You can't live off of supplements. You need to find one voice that you're going to sit down and say, this is the person that God has assigned to my life in this particular season, and I'm going to learn from them. It's called spiritual rank. And there are a lot of people that are out here getting whipped like the 7 sons of Sceva because they got a name, but they won't be submitted to the spirit. All right, man. Who your pastor? Who's your leader? Somebody put up a post. I think it was Pastor Jamila Gooden. She put up a post the other day. She said, stop pastoring people who have a pastor. They take all of what they have and give it over to their pastor or their leader. Go to a Sunday morning movie show, theatrics, but bring you the hard stuff. This ain't that season. I don't know who needed to hear that, but this ain't that season. That's a word for somebody this morning. But I got to roll, y'all. Listen, I hope y'all have a good one. I pray that the favor of God be upon you. I need to know who's feeding you. Who are you submitted to? Who are you submitted to? Some of y'all, I'm not saying, some of y'all connected to fivefold ministry gifts. That's great. But y'all expecting prophets to be your pastor. Everybody don't have a pastoral grace. Just because you listening to them don't mean that they're your spiritual leader. Who are you submitted to? All right, man. Every pastor needs a pastor. Every leader needs a leader. I have a pastor. My pastor has a pastor. I'm submitted to somebody that can check me. I'm submitted to somebody that can say, pull that post down. It's good timing off. Pull that post down. By what spirit did you release that post? By what spirit did you do that broadcast? Pull that down. And I'm submitted enough to know that my leader can see something that I can't see. Let me tell you something. I'm paying today for instructions that I did not follow 4 years ago. Okay. Okay. Sometimes God will have you pulling away from stuff when you are at the height of what you're doing. And it will not make sense in the natural. But spiritually, you need to know when enough is enough. Spiritually, you need to know my assignment here is done. Spiritually, you need to know I need to go out on a high note. All right, man. This is the word of the Lord for y'all, and I'm out. Stop trying to explain your exit. All right, I need y'all to put that into the screen. You can quote me, then quote me, because I'm off social media for the rest of the day. Because I don't snatch wigs. I got too many powerful women around me that can do that, but I'm snatching wigs in the spirit today. It's that type of day because I was on the third watch tonight. Well, this morning. I was on the third watch from 12 to 3 a.m. And if y'all saw what I saw that was coming to attack y'all, you would be how I am right now. And there's some of y'all that are building. Listen to me. If you saw what I saw in the spirit that was coming to try to demoralize you, to try to distract you, to try to destroy you, if you saw what I saw, you would wake up with the same level of tenacity that says, not on my watch. While men are sleeping and while men slept, the enemy came to sow tares. I didn't sleep at all, y'all, because I was up praying. I was interceding, supplicating for God's people. He began to start showing me many of your faces. Listen to me. A lot of people want this, but they don't want this. And if the enemy can be bold to live like hell with all of this propaganda that's out here, if witches can be full-fledged and say, I'm a witch, what in the world make you think that I'm going to be timid and saying that I'm a man of God? What in the world make you think that I'm about to bow down to a witch? What in the world? Only people with no power does that. Not on my watch. You want this, but you don't want this. I don't do none of this stuff for money. That's just a byproduct of me being an ambassador for God. That's God taking care of me. That's God showing people that I would not have anybody that assigned to my purpose and what I told them to do to be misrepresented. What I look like, I'm going to leave that one alone. You listening to me? I don't apologize for how I'm broadcasting. I don't apologize for my tone. Oh, you're a man of God. You are supposed to be nice. Hogwash. If you're going to be bold living like hell, I'm going to be bold living for God. It's just that simple. I'm going to meet you with the energy that you bring to me. You bring me love, I'm going to bring you love. You bring me hell, I'm going to rebuke it and cast it out of you. You bring me a demon, I'm going to rebuke it and cast it out of you. It will not be around me. It will not be around me. And I'm going to go ahead and say this, man, because there have been people, some of y'all are connected to leaders that are dismissing these people with the spirit of divination on them. They dismissing them. They're dismissing them, but at the same time, they're dismissing the spirit, but they're inviting the person. So you wondering why in the world is there snakes? How do you get snakes in the garden? Because you got people inviting them in the garden. I'm not. All right. I'm about to answer a question for y'all. This is somebody frustrated. You're prolific in what you do. You flow in your grace. And you wonder why you don't get invitations. Who are you? Who are you? You're like, Lord, I'm doing everything I've been assigned to do, and nobody's calling me to speak. Nobody is calling me to show up, and I know I'm the best at what I do. Who are you? Somebody say me. Who are you? You struggling with this even now. You trying to figure out, Lord, should I go back and do something else? Or Lord, did you really call me to do this? Because I know that I'm good at what I do. Let me tell you something. The reason why you ain't invited is because you can see and because you can hear. This is no fault of your own. When you can see and you can hear, there's certain tables you would never be invited to. You listening to me? I want you to get this. It ain't you. You gotta hear me this morning. You have to hear me this morning. It is not you. You're just gifted to see, you are gifted to hear, and you are gifted to call out BS. So they won't invite you to the table because you see too much. You see beyond what's being said. You can hear what's being said, and ain't nobody saying nothing in the room, supposedly. But you picking up on all kind of spirits. All right, man. Again, I say, I'm not on social media to make anybody's demons comfortable. I don't want anybody's demons comfortable around me. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. I'm not on social media to be liked. I'm on social media to be effective. Whether people like my post or not, whether people share what it is that I release or not, my assignment is to do the will of God. That's it. I do business in private. I do ministry publicly. That's it. I'm going to say this because this is for some of y'all. I just said it, but you need to do your business privately. There are people that don't need to know how you making your money. Not that you're trying to hide it. It's just that you don't need them to sabotage what God assigned you to do. It ain't their business. Your business ain't their business. The number of clients that you have is not their business. How you do what you do is not their business. It ain't their business. Truth be told, I got stuff in my life that I don't even have receipts for because God sent people to bless me with it. Let me give y'all a Bible. You can go and research this on your own. When you walk into your full mantle and the weight of what God assigned you to do, God don't want you, listen to me. God is jealous. He don't want you giving your time to somebody else. I'm not saying not do what you do. I'm not saying that. But there are certain assignments that needs your full devotion and your attention. I carry too many people. I carry too much weight, spiritually speaking, to be giving my time to anybody but God. Man, I hope I'm helping y'all. Solomon there were 12 people that were appointed to Solomon's life. Some of y'all may not even know this, but I'm going to go ahead and give you this. There were 12 people that were appointed to Solomon's life, and they took care of Solomon every single month. That's Old Testament. They took care of Solomon every single month because these leaders knew there were 12 people that were assigned to care for all of his needs. See, some people don't want to hear this. Some people ain't ready for this level of spiritual maturity. My leader, I don't want my leader wanting for nothing. I'm not saying this for y'all to give anything to me. I'm just speaking principle right now. I don't want my leader wanting for nothing. I want my leader to be stress-free. All my years, I never brought like major problems to my leaders. Never. Okay. Don't feed sheep that can't give you wool. This ain't that season, man. Let me bring balance to this because there needs to be some balance. There's certain people that God will have you serving for a season. And as these individuals serve for a season, listen to me. As these individuals serve your purpose for a season, you have every right to grow up and to go out. You have the right to do that. You should do that. Don't let people demonize you because you grew up. My God in heaven. I don't know who I'm talking to. Because some of y'all are being demonized by your old church because you grew up. And some of y'all did life with people. Some of y'all ate at people's houses. But the moment God called you up and called you out, they demonized you for obeying God. I don't know who I'm talking to. But then listen to me. Don't let people demonize you because you grew up. Playtime over. You don't have time to pause and explain. I was supposed to be running right now, but I work for God. I've been up praying for y'all. I can't even explain this level of boldness. I'm not even trying to explain it. But God is about to grace y'all, even in this broadcast. There's about to be a transfer of boldness that's going to happen. But I say this to those of you all who are listening. You're going to have to change your phone number. I know you're going to have to change your phone number. Stop demon. I'm going to pause right quick. I got a Holy Spirit say, go back and let them know. Don't allow people to demonize you because you grew up. Again, I say, I'm not trying to make nobody's demons comfortable around me. Now, one time in Luke chapter 2 and verse 52, that Jesus paused and explained what his father's business was. He just told them, do you not know I be about my father's business? The next verse says, and they understood him not. Jesus went on about his business, growing in stature, growing in wisdom, and walking in favor with God as well as with man. You don't have time to pause and explain what God has told you to do. Again, I say, there are going to be people asking you 1,001 questions. This New Testament. Let me give y'all Old Testament, because Old Testament is a foreshadowing of the New. Nehemiah chapter 2. I want to say it's Nehemiah chapter 2. Yep, Nehemiah chapter 2. Let me get there. I got a new Bible, y'all. These pages sticking together. Nehemiah chapter 2. You know what? Just let me go on the internet. Y'all hold on. I know where it is. I want to give it to you. Nehemiah chapter 2. Nehemiah chapter 2. Y'all still with me? Nehemiah chapter 2 and verse 12. There we go. And I arose in the night, I and a few men with me. Neither told I any man what God had put in my heart to do at Jerusalem. Neither were there any beast with me, save the beast that I rode upon. Says, I told no man what God put in my heart to do at Jerusalem. But I had a few people with me. There's going to be a few people that's going to go with you, that's not going to question what God told you to do. They just going to be right there because they know that you ain't going to make a move unless you hear from God. Boy, you know what? Wake your successful self up. Dominate your distractions. I gotta go. I love y'all. Listen, I hope y'all have a great day. We're still having Noonday Encounter. I don't know if Lady Tina is going to be coming to release the word at Noonday Encounter or not. I wasn't even supposed to be on here like this. He told no man what God had put in his heart to do. And they went with him. He didn't have to explain where they were going. He didn't have to explain what they were building. They just went. I'm not saying blindly follow people, but you need to make sure that you have some faith in the people that you are connected to, and to know they're not going to be out here making Batman moves and expecting Superman results. Batman moves, they all over the place. No, Nehemiah was faithful serving somebody else. Listen to me. This is a leadership lesson 101. Write this down. Never forget this. My God. The spirit in which you serve those who's over you is going to be the same spirit that is transferred to those that serve you when you get in leadership. All right. I'm going to say this again. The same spirit that you serve, those that you serve, who's in leadership over you, is going to be the same spirit that's transferred to those that serve you when you get in leadership. Nehemiah was a cupbearer. He was faithful. He protected who he was close to. Who are you protecting? Are you covering your covering? Okay. Are you covering your covering? If I'm connected to you, this is why. Put this into the screen. Protect the brand, protect the boss, protect the business. Protect the brand, protect the boss, protect the business. This is why I pray the way I pray. This is why I do what I do. Because I'm on assignment by God. Stop trying to explain your exit. I got to get to running, y'all. Wake your successful self up. Dominate your distractions. Believe big again. And get your cake up so we can do kingdom. I'll see y'all in Houston, Texas. Blessings and favor to you.